Hello guys, and welcome to a quick review about Batbarian, Testament of the Primordials. And this game is a surprise hit of the year. So this is my favorite metroidvania game of this year. I never heard about it. I just got the key, like, oh, okay, let's check it out, and like, wow, couldn't stop playing. So if you just want to know if the game's good, yes it is. It's actually excellent. I love the execution, I love the humor, I love the way the puzzles are, because I'm not a big fan of complicated puzzles. I like them like very tiny and quick, and I like leveling system, I like combat, and I like let's say good boss fights, and then a little bit of storyline, and this game has it all. So let's go and check it out. For example, if you are new, then you can change between a goofy looking male barbarian and a goofy looking female barbarian. There's no real difference concerning what they actually do, and one of the great parts about this game is it doesn't leave you on the dry. You actually want to explore the area because you find out why you are in this cave, because in the end what you're doing, you're just in a cave, you're trapped, and you try to get out. Then you have omnipotent narrator from the future which is telling the story. So for example, every time something is happening, some flashbacks, or even you die, then the narrator will actually tell which is the Batbarian, the female or the male version, and then you can actually input some really cool snarky comments. So for example, here the text can be changed depending what you are. There's no real difference concerning that. This is just if you want to see good old snarky style text being displayed, so this is basically for your entertainment, then you will be very welcomed here, because I love the way this is being executed. So there's no go to the blah 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 chamber and kill 10 rats, come back and get 20 gold. Boring as hell, and a lot of games do that. So most games are pretty soulless concerning how that is, and here narrative plus, and actually didn't unlock the last stuff, so I'm curious what's actually awaiting me. So I guess I'm one big optional end boss away, but here, I don't know, I already had tons of fun. So basically you are having 400 unique rooms, which is quite a lot. So let's go into the game, and basically you just have this jump and run side scroller. You have your magical flying bat, which is in the end a little lamp. So let's go out and let's go actually into a little bit more advanced save of me, because I played it through. I got ending, what was it, B and C, and I didn't get the best one. I actually want to have it because I'm not one of those people who actually want to collect everything, but here I actually like to get to know what the actual story is, because I'm not so sure. The other endings are pretty funny also, but I want to have and see the true ending, which is, I don't know what it is, and then maybe I find out what the whole thing with the bat is. And here, one little thing which is executed extremely well. So as you can see, the graphics are looking good. So this is a neat bloom shader which you're seeing here, and then of course some neat particle effects. Then everything else is pretty good. So you're having your bestiary, where you get some pretty cool content. Then you see, hey, what kind of enemies you actually defeated, and then of course the text is cool. Then you have a huge map. As you can see, you will spend tons of time, and every room in here is a mini puzzle, but it's not one of those annoying mini puzzles. It's mostly achievable good puzzles which have a combination which you need to figure out how to get there and what to do. So for that, you of course have your normal attack and your jumping, so maybe you want to get on a platform, but this is the interesting part. Metroidvania games have most of the time, let's say, key items which allow you to access new areas, and this is done by the flying bat. So for example, you can throw it somewhere, and then some things, for example, light up, and then, well, you can enter a new area. For example, here, as you can see, so maybe you need to have a different fruit, and now you can jump over. So here those things are a little bit more creative than the standard Metroidvania games, and of course then you have different kind of elemental effects. So for example, sometimes they can be used for deflecting, sometimes they can be used for lighting something up, or they can be used for a lot of other things. And of course here you got some clues and so on, and enemy design, pretty neat. Combat is fluid, is fast, is enjoyable. And then of course what you're having is tons of items you can collect and upgrade, and then you have one dude which is following you, and for example he or she has then a little effect which she can do, but it's not really groundbreaking concerning this part, but they are just optional, and most of the time they're okay. You don't really need them. Most of the, let's say 99% of all the little puzzles which you're having are done by you and your flying cute bat, and this is actually pretty nicely done. So if you're considering, hey, I like metroidvania games, I like, for example, the developer Unspeakable Pixels, and this game is actually pretty new, so it has been released on 15th of October, so 3 days ago. You like narrative driven metroidvania games which are looking pretty cool, so pixel art pretty spot on, combat spot on, storyline pretty cool by the way, then this is an absolute buy in my opinion. So I didn't find anything negative besides maybe two things. So first of all, the jumping is quite fast and twitchy, so for example if you like it a little bit more floaty like I do, then but you get used to it, so this is not an issue in my opinion. And then the some of the boss fights were a little bit unbalanced, but here we actually have something which is awesome. So you can actually cheat in the game. So if you die too many times, like me, then then you can make your game a little bit easier, so you can get more XP, or you boost your attack and defense and so on, and therefore you can make the game much easier if you are getting stuck. And for example, for the last boss, I cheated. I didn't want to fight this guy 3 or 4 times, so I just used this and it was awesome. So I really like how that is played out. So once again, if you like a game like metroidvania, then this is a must buy. And here we come to the second part. This is if you are a developer. So first of all, if you're seeing the graphics and they look a little bit silky and very smooth, well, this is what you're seeing in front of you is a pretty decent shader at work. So this is once again the bloom shader, and for example if you're seeing here, this is a very easy to pull off menu system. So if you are just wondering how should I structure my menu, well, this is just being stretched, and then you have like positions where you can just swap and go through them. Then for example there you can press the Y button and then you get a little entry, and then it's showing what it means. Very compact, very efficient system which doesn't require too much to do. So basically everything is very static. And well, assist mode, so here once again everything is done very neatly, very professional in my opinion. And then the assist mode is a must in my opinion. So if you get stuck in the game like this and then you're like, I don't want to play it because it's too difficult, bam, you put in the assist mode and then you're rolling on easy mode. And second of all, concerning, besides that, the graphics are extremely beautiful in my opinion. Everything is being executed pretty flawless, so I didn't encounter any bugs, I didn't get stuck anywhere, so everything was working pretty flawless. So this is another great thing. And if you go for example to different kind of areas, they are all distinct, which is amazing. This is a feat which not most games can actually do. So sometimes you have some repetition, but here every room is distinct. So this is a feat you need to pull off if you're a developer. So kudos to those guys. Pretty good job concerning how that is, and this stays true to that. So every room is kind of a mini puzzle by itself, and we can actually enter here, but then I would spoil the game a little bit because this is kind of a little secret. If you play very far, I don't want to spoil that. So this is pretty cool. And yeah, so in my opinion, tons of things, tons of combinations. Graphically excellent, controls excellent, menu system very neat, so there's nothing wrong or bad or good. The items pretty decent, so everything has its function in the game. And concerning the narrative, I really enjoyed it because I actually wanted to know and still want to know what the true ending is, because I'm not sure what's actually happening in the game, because in the end you just want to escape from here. And as you can see, let's use ice, and then we can freeze them. So here, tons of combinations, and this is the great part. So if you want to spice up your game here, you can actually grab kind of tons of ideas how you can actually do gap closers, and you can change the game, because as you can see, every room is distinct. The light system, of course, is pretty cool, and of course it looks so beautiful because it's a bloom system with a light system combined, and therefore it looks amazing. And I guess this is a hallmark of Unity, because here you can actually do some pretty decent things with that engine. So once again, everything pretty flawless. There's not much actually I didn't like, because I didn't stop playing it. So as you can see, 20 hours in, I really enjoyed it. That's it. So as you can see, every room is different, and there you will find tons of upgrades and tons of things which you can unlock. Of course, most of them I did unlock. So here, a little treasure, and then you're getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And this is highly addictive and rewarding.